All right, guys, welcome to the show. It is week 4. I think we're just about right on kickoff here for Giants hosting the Dallas Cowboys. What is the line on this, real quick, guys?
Five
What are
and
we?
a half.
5.5. Okay, I can't believe I forgot that fast. But 5.5. And that is an interesting line in my case. I think that's still interesting. I thought about it pretty hard all day, honestly. Can the Giants really pull this off?
No.
We're going to find out. That's the beauty of football, baby. But anyways, as you can see, I'm the one that's starting the show off because our good co-host Colby, he is on one of life's adventures and he's getting ready for a big move. So, but the season must move on, and we'll be seeing him probably around NBA tip-off. So, until then, safe packings and travels, good friend. Christian, how are you doing, man? What you got? You got a lot cooking up on your plate, right? You already sent a line. I got you right before the game. What's going on?
Yeah. We really need a CD anytime touchdown. Badly. Um, I had a hit a deposit in my account on Sunday night after Kelsey wanted to do cardio out there and just wave to his girlfriend and kiss her goodnight with his pedo stash. So shout out Kelsey for making me have to do a deposit. But that's not the story. We move on to the next week here, and so hopefully CD makes me happy here. But overall, great week. Ravens are back in the win column. Got me right back into it, hook, line, and sinker. So it's gonna be another fun slate we have coming up here.
Right. Heck yeah. I was about to say that's all we need to hear. This does look like an interesting slate. Let's just hear that. You got your guys in the prime time slot. I got a division rivalry. Our good friend here, Lou, he's got a divisional rivalry, but he's also, as he quoted before we started this podcast, giving it to his friend in college football. So let him handle his business right now. Um, we're going to respect that, but he will be chiming in when times are important. Colby did send in his 3 picks, and he also sent me the recap of last week. We went 2-3 last week. We went pretty good. We're right now a total of 6-9 on squad rides. And overall, here for our locks, we got Christian. You are on the bounce back. You got 3-6. You are tied with me, so that's your bounce back there. You're no longer in last place. We're sharing it. Colby is at 4-5, only one game above us. And Lou, also representing our guests, but honestly might be a long time stay here, sitting at 5-4. Slight slippage there, but it's going to be interesting. The main thing is, how about the Falcons, guys? We'll get into that topic too and Lou's picks on that. I think we found ourselves a new line. So, you ready to get into this, guys?
I have to interject here for those watching Thursday Night Football right now. Did Brian Dable dye his beard? Why is it very black? I don't remember his beard being that black. I
It's a
thought it
New
was like
York.
grayish brown. Interesting. All right, Brian Dable,
Lou
who's coming
slimmed
out
down.
serious?
He slimmed down
I
and
just want to say I'm about to be sweating out. Neighbors and CD, 10 yards each in the first quarter, $50 to win 150. So wish me luck.
there we go. See, that's a good line too. I like it. I was telling Christian earlier that I think you should have paired a Malik Neighbors touchdown, anytime touchdown with a CD touchdown. Thought that would be a little tasty. But here we go. First game outside of this one. If you guys want to call your shots now, I'm going to go ahead and say go ahead and say the Giants cover this one. I'm going to go take the Giants on the 5.5 here, home underdog. Christian, what do you got? Unless they score right when this is happening, but with the
Cowboys
Giants.
easily cover this. They cover honestly 12 and a half with this game. I just don't see the Giants doing this. A prime Cowboys bounce back game, and the Cowboys have owned Giants since Eli left. So we'll see. Danny's never won a game outside of Sunday, so have fun.
Great point. That's a great point. Lou, quick analysis on the Dallas game. What do you got? Line is 5.5. Dallas favored.
Dallas is gonna absolutely murder. Giants suck ass.
All right. Yes, you do on the game. That's why I know you need all your focus. Thank you, sir. All
That's
right.
my insight.
Dallas is it's 2-1 there, but like I said, I just think Giants will cover and at least keep this game interesting. That game will not count as part of our locks, though, folks. So you can completely ignore that one because it's happening right now, obviously. But the first one on the list and the official pick It's going to be the Bengals going to Carolina in a revenge game. Andy Dalton gets to play against the Bengals, and he's back. Getting playing against his Bengals now. 4.5-point underdogs, though, at home. Cristian, you are against Andy Dalton last season. This season, you were right. You were right. They beat the Raiders. Hands up to you. You were right. So, what do you got this time?
Oh, God, this time we got another upset coming abroad. The Panthers are going to send the Cincinnati Pussycats to 0-4 here. It's Andy Dalton revenge game. Like, you got to be mindful of that. If I was anyone, I would probably put $1 or $2 on Dalton anytime touchdown just to tinkle the balls. But, it's Cincinnati Bengals.
That does sound interesting. You have to be at that game on. That would, if you were already going to a bigger game, this one would have been one I would have seen you win at. I could have seen you at.
You have to get the Panthers now. You have to buy in now. They won't be like this the rest of the season. You have to get them in the hot streak of these next like 2 to 4 games. I will say that you'll get a red hot Panthers. After that, we'll probably go back to the regular Panthers. Honestly, if we're going to be honest, but get them hot, water hot right now. Bryce Young, it has to feel bad for him. Like the guy literally got shown up that it's all been on him. That was a completely different team that played the Raiders. You had Deontay Johnson getting a career high of 123. 123.
Deontay Johnson getting 123 is insane.
So. In Cincinnati, I'm smiling ear to ear on this downfall. There's just too much drama going on within this team, as we stated since the beginning of the season. A lot of distractions. Oh, Joe Burrow, he played well. Well, guess what, Joe? There were some field goals that were attempted, well, of course, one or missed, but you should have capitalized on those field goal drives and made them touchdown drives if you want me to play devil's advocate from all these media. And what they do to these other quarterbacks, and they don't give to you. They're slowly more each week reading and they're feeling it. They're understanding. They're slowly coming across the other side, but there's not enough hate yet. He is not getting on the power rankings. 0-3, they're like more than half the league. Insane. And then also that defensive back on the Cincinnati Bengals, whatever his name is, I forgot. He's Eli Apple 2.0. I got you,
Cam Taylor-Britt.
He's Eli Apple 2.0. He's talking about a lot, and it's just not good luck right now.
Only a matter of time before we see the toast meme. You're right. It's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time. The Giants are driving. That's great.
So I'm just saying. I feel it.
But give me the Panthers +4.5, baby.
Lou, do you want a chance right now? Oh, yes, he does. Here we go.
Here's what I have to say about this game. The Bengals have to win eventually. They're not going to go 0-16.
Are you sure about that?
I can't think of a better
covered, by the way.
Is that Neighbors?
Yeah, Malik Neighbors just covered.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I can't think of a better time for them to win than against the Panthers, who are terrible.
Are you sure? I mean, the Panthers just beat a good team in the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders are also terrible. Here's the thing. Andy Dalton's going to have them playing better on offense, but the team still sucks overall. Like, they might be doing a little better right now, but it's going to be short-lived. The Bengals are going to win this game. It'll probably be close, and I don't know if they'll cover, but they're winning. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, the question here is, will they cover, Lou? That's the real thing. 4.5 is the line. You believe in the cover?
4.5. Yeah, they cover. They're gonna win by a touchdown.
Look, Lou, I respect it, but out of all the things, you have to understand, you were the person that was directly impacted by one of the Carolina Panthers this past weekend in fantasy football. I mean, you have to understand, the Panthers are on a hot streak, like Cristian was just saying. You got to catch them while it's hot. I think, especially someone like Chuba Hubbard. I mean, we had a whole conversation on Saturday about Chuba Hubbard, buddy. It's crazy you could have been yours. It's crazy you had a chance to pick him up and beat me, but, it is what it is. So shout out my guy. I'm never going to let you go now. You're probably gonna probably be MVP of the NFC South. I see him being the next big thing. And in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Carolina Panthers upsetting the Bengals, just like Christian did. Also, Christian, I'm 100% with you. I love seeing the media slowly turn on Joe Burrow. It's interesting. It's very interesting. And now you have to see all these people. Now we got, even though Colby's gone, we got a Joe Burrow defender here and everything. And it's like, man, they're still out in the weeds. How are they still around? They believe in one season where he didn't win a Super Bowl. And what has he done since? What has he done?
Yep.
Like, I
Dude,
really have to ask you this.
and it just makes it funnier that he still has the frosted tips. He just looks like a certified loser with these frosted tips, and everyone knew that was not a good
I
move.
mean,
If it was a poll, you'd probably
yes.
take like 70 to 80% of people are like, that doesn't look good on you, buddy. You look like a rejected Cody Rhodes. So it's been great. It's been great to see them, get to peace. And as you remember, T. Higgins still has yet to be paid. Jamar Chase has been yet to pay, and Yoshi Bosch is. If I'm T.
I hate that
Higgins,
you picked him
Yoshi,
up. I don't know if you saw. It was you, and then I was right under there. I think trying to pick him up as well, but I had to get Cole Kmet back because he decided to pop off the moment I released him. So I was like, let me try again. Let me try.
yeah. So T. Higgins has to be giving Yoshi Bosch a side eye because that man's taking that man's job.
I hope so. That'd be hilarious for all the Cincinnati case because we all know they're not going to pay everyone. So enjoy it while it lasts. And right now it's pretty sour to it right now. All right, moving on. We got Denver going to the New York Jets. The Jets are 7.5-point favorites. And to be completely honest with you folks, I once again stand corrected about the Broncos. I'm going to go ahead and just pick them this week. So it's going to be disgusting because I already know that probably everyone else here is not going to pick the Broncos. But I'm intrigued by the fact that they just came in and spanked the Bucks, even though they put up the performance they did against the Lions at their place. And here's the other reason why. I think the field at MetLife might be a little rough after this game. The fact that they got a double game in one weekend, I'm gonna go with the fact that maybe there's still some blue on the field or something like that. And the mix messes around with Aaron Rodgers' head. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the fact though that I think Bo Nix come in here and surprise everyone and at least cover the line. I mean, 7.5 points is a lot. That in my eyes, I think they can do that. I'm going with 7.5. Give me the Broncos.
I think the Jets are gonna start catching their heat. They're getting in rhythm. We're seeing it slowly with the offense. Breece Hall's getting going. Garrett Wilson getting going. And we have to remember, Nathaniel Hackett did not forget about those comments that Sean Payton made last year. It's gonna be Nate in the freaking kitchen cooking up some plays for Aaron Rodgers to blow out deep. And Bo Nix, I have a feeling he'll probably have one game good and a couple weeks where it's just Will Levis type of football. He had his one good game last week. It's been back to reality. Give me the Jets in their spread.
All right.
7.5. If it was 6.5, it would be so easy for me to just take the Jets. 7.5 makes it a little more difficult, but I'm still gonna take the Jets. I agree with Christian. I think they're gonna start catching fire. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna heat up. This is an obvious trap game with the 7.5 line and a Broncos team coming off a win, but I just don't buy it. The Broncos are bad, and they're gonna continue to be bad. Yeah, give me the Jets.
Okay, look, guys, I respect the whole Aaron Rodgers. He's heating up, all this jazz and everything like that.
The bad man's back.
No, he's not. Okay, he's gonna go to London first. I see him next week, so I'll be seeing him next week. He played the Patriots.
Jalen. You can release the hate. You can release the hate. He's not in your division anymore.
Titans and the Patriots. We're saying
Jalen. The bad man is not in your nightmares anymore. He's away. He's not under the bed. He's not in the closet. He's away. The lights are on. It's okay. He's not there. That throw that he made to Garrett Wilson against me, that throw is football porn. Like the tightest spiral in the most perfect spot. The bad man is back.
I'm waiting. I already know what to say. They only beat the Jets. They aren't the Jets. They only beat the Titans in the Patriots. And now they're going to play the Broncos. Come on, and look what the 49ers are right now. Come on, they're warming up. Sure, they should win these games. Congratulations, they're winning games that they should win. I'm looking forward to playing them next week. That's all I can say. I'll let out more. I'll vent out more if they win this game and you guys come back with the same line of Aaron Rodgers is heating up. Okay. Next up, we got. I'm gonna save this one for. I'm gonna save both these rivalry games for the end of the 1 o'clock slate as we go down to a grosser rivalry game, the one that is predicted to be a blowout. Looks like. We got the Jaguars going to Houston. I'm gonna go out here and say it. I'm sorry, Jacksonville, for what's about to happen to you, especially being the Vikings fans that probably committed this crime to the Houston community. Sorry, but I think Houston's going to go in and take care of business very soundly. It's probably going to be a 20-point favorite for them at the end of the day. I would love to see that halftime line. Probably will. So give me Houston, and maybe I'll even probably double down when it's halftime with their 20.5-point favorite.
This one's a no-brainer. The Texans are coming off a disappointing game against the Vikings. The Vikings absolutely shut down CJ. They were just throwing plays at him that just hasn't seen before. So shout out to the Vikings, but the Texans are now in the prime bounce back game here against a really bad team. The Jags are really bad. Like, Trevor Lawrence, is the discussion going to be here now that are the Jags going to have to move forward from Trevor Lawrence? Because
They named the stadium after him, Trevor Bank. I think they actually did that. I think they actually named it that.
That spin move to no one there was diabolical. And then throwing that pass to a guy that died on the field, like, it was so overthrown. I thought he was thrown to someone behind him. Nope, right to DeMar. Really bad. Give me the Texans 26.5 for this. That Jags thing.
Only 6.5 is the craziest thing for me. Lil?
Yeah, this is also a no-brainer. The Jags are a terrible team right now, and I agree with Christian. There's a real possibility that we are asking the question after the season, is Trevor Lawrence moving teams? Is he about to be a backup quarterback in this league? Or is he about to pull just a journeyman career and be that starter on the team whose star QB is injured? I don't know. But the Texans are going to give them the word. I know that for sure.
All right.
Come on.
You got it. Finish it. Okay. So here we go. We got our first squad ride. That's what we got here, folks. As anyone else wants to finish their thoughts, I think poor Colby, he can't defend his Jaguars, but I think he would actually agree with us on this one that Houston is probably going to give him that work. I'm going to actually check. He did just send me his locks for the day. Oh, believe it or not, I'm not the only one that went with the Broncos against the Jets. He's also taking the Broncos. Just a heads up for everyone there. I don't think anyone was going to put the Broncos on their line, so I could share that with you. I wasn't, at least. I think they're going to. I'm not going to lock that in, for God's sakes, but Colby can. And we'll save the other two for later. It's interesting that he forgot one key factor that we'll get into in the greater part of this 1 o'clock slate. Okay, speaking of Colby, let's go ahead and go to Pittsburgh. We got them going actually to Indianapolis as their 1.5-point home dogs. Pittsburgh favored on the road. Christian, you are an AFC North connoisseur, as they would say. I'm trying to get this right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Mike Tomlin and his Steelers? I feel like that might be a bad thing. I don't know.
Dude, this game could go either way, and the fact that they're a road favorite,
yeah, I don't know. I can definitely see Anthony Richardson giving them a little bit of a hard time here. I could also see Anthony Richardson getting chased around by TJ Watt most of the game. So It's I feel like it's obvious, but at the same time, is it? Like it's like that much of a pick 'em in my mind. I'm going with the Steelers. If I had a pin, I would do the pin toss here, but I'm going with the Steelers.
Yeah, I think I'm about to go with the Steelers here too. I'd rather go the 4-0 Steelers to continue their meme fest right now, understanding that they're going to be hit by a train with that last 8 games of the season. They can go ahead,
10.
have
I'm
their
telling you,
fun.
week 10 is going to be a great week for the Steelers.
They
I'm telling you.
this gives me such vibes of when they went undefeated that one season and the Redskins beat them in 2021. It is literally the similar path right now where they're going on. They're gonna have a great season, and then the weak school just start beating them left and right on that back end of the schedule. That is brutal. That back end. But give me the Steelers stuff right now. Anthony Richardson, I just can't trust, dude. The guy, he has a mean deep ball, but he can't throw the short and middle to save his life. And he is lowering that shoulder, man. That man's gonna get hurt like again. He's taking hard hits, but yeah, I'll take the Steelers.
Dude, I just don't understand how the Steelers every year, not every year, but they have these seasons where they're supposed to be just this mid team and they come out and they go undefeated or they're like 6-1 or and it doesn't make sense to me at all. I guess just because they have a good defense, but they've got to lose eventually. And if there's a time for them to lose, it's to a Colts team that people think they're going to beat, but could also beat them. Um, I just think people are going to bet on the Steelers, and the Colts are going to shock the world.
Interesting. So we will not
Give
be
me
having
Anthony Richardson. I think he's got the juice, and at least for this game.
well, it is a pickup, so he could have it, Lou. Like I said, I can easily see it, and thankfully he destroyed the squad ride. Colby also went with the Steelers as well,
Shocking.
so you soundly destroyed the squad ride, thankfully, because I kind of would not trust the Steelers in a squad ride situation personally. So I think that's safe to say a little bit. I don't know. That's 1.5 though. It could be completely wrong, and it could have been it could have been an obvious pick. Who knows? Um, but yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts there, folks? 'Cause I don't really have much. It's amazing what Mike Tomlin has done for Justin Fields. To be honest, that's probably my only final thought on this game is Justin Fields turning it around. He's being the check down artist that they're asking him to be. He hasn't turned the ball over that much this season. It's actually a miracle what they are doing, and I think he actually gets some. He needs to get a little more credit. I think he does. He's doing great on his second team here. I thought Russell Wilson would be able to come back and play this season. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to ride it out now. So, yeah, I really do think. But all right, moving on to the next one. Let me double check. I think this is actually should be a 1 o'clock game. We got the Bears hosting the Rams. The Bears are actually 3-point favorites, guys. This is why I wanted to talk about it. And I hope it's part of the 1 o'clock slate because this will be probably our last one for the Zoom one. And the Bears being 3-point favorites with Matthew Stafford, who has played against them many times before. You gotta give me Stafford in the points here. That's insane. I'm sorry. I know Vegas must know something I don't, but you're telling me no. I just because they don't have Aaron Donald, McVay's gonna figure it out. Come on, let's get that right. Give me Stafford. Give me the shootout. Give me the comeback kid. Give me the Rams. Look what they did last week against the 49ers. Let's play the logic game, folks. Come on, Christian. I saw that smile. Let's play the logical game here. Let's not do anything crazy. Christian.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't. Vegas, what do you know? What do you know? I'm gonna have to side with Vegas. I don't like this pick. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to side Vegas here, and I think my leading decision here is the Bears defense. The Bears defense is really good, and I can see Matthew Stafford play like a bozo for no reason against the Bears at Chicago too. Remember, it's at Chicago where it's now Caleb Wentz has gotten a couple reps under him. I don't like it. I'm going Bears -3.
Interesting. Okay, Lou, you are the tiebreaker here. What are you thinking?
So I missed the line. What's the line again?
3.
They're favored against the
The
Rams by
Bears
3.
are the Bears are -3.5.
Just 3.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that's what I think.
Give me the Rams, dude. What?
You're telling me Eberflus is a favorite against Sean McVay? You're telling me that too? You give it Eberflus
Dude,
the advantage here?
I don't trust the Bears at all. At
That's,
all. By the
I
way,
understand the defense, but Christian, that's a hefty trust there.
I know, but it could be one where we're looking back and like, why the hell did Caleb Williams fall out for no goddamn reason?
I just cashed a clean 150. CD just cashed that bet.
Oh, he catched that drop. He catched that like catches ago, Blue. Like,
Did he really?
yeah, he had like
Yeah,
100
yeah, he
catches
should have
before.
gotten that already.
So that was like 5 minutes ago.
I just watched him catch a like 10-yard pass.
Well, you did a
He
pretty
already had
solid and
Yeah,
safe.
he already
That's what
had
we're
a bunch of
saying.
other catches.
no. Wait. CD Lamb 5 yards. See, oh yeah, he did. I missed that play.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. How did your game go with the college football? Looks like you're starting to come back to us a little bit.
Oh, I won. I whooped
Well,
that ass.
nice, sir. Good shit. What was that? What was that scoreboard?
JMU 21, Auburn 14.
Wow, wow. What at Auburn? At Auburn.
Yeah, I beat Auburn.
Oh, at Auburn too. That's just embarrassing. Shout out to Lou's friend who let that happen. I mean, we all love to see it here on this podcast, at least. Um, all right, here we go. We got another 1 o'clock game. I wanted to make sure I got this right, and we got the Eagles going to Tampa Bay, and they are favorites against the Bucks as they are 1.5. Another pick 'em, for God's sakes. Looked rough last week for the Bucks. They lost that game. And you know what? It's pretty rough also. We're almost out of time here on the first Zoom. So here we go to Zoom 2. In 3. All right. Philly, here we go at Tampa Bay on Zoom 2. It is back, and we are live for the most part. I think Tampa Bay can bounce back here, folks. I really do. I mean, yes, there's consistent threat of the Philadelphia Eagles for what that may be. I think Tampa and the Bucks, they have to bounce back in this game, especially after losing to the Broncos, bro. That really sticks. I mean, you can't be losing to the Broncos. I know Sean Payton has your number, but Sirianni shouldn't. You should be able to figure that out. If you can beat Dan Campbell, you can beat the Eagles. Give me the Bucks. It's that simple. Get it together, Baker, and let's go.
I think the Eagles tend to always struggle when they go against the Bucks. I mean, we've seen it in past recent years in both the playoffs and the regular season. I like the Bucks here. Prime bounce back game +1.5 at Tampa. I'll roll with that. I think they always tend to have their number.
Lou, is this going to be our squad right here?
No, give me the Eagles.
Interesting.
Listen, the Bucks looked good for a couple games, and now they have to play a really good team. And this really good team is angry at the NFC South because they lost to the Falcons, and they're coming back with a vengeance. They beat the Saints. Now they're going to beat the Bucks for us, and it's going to be easy pickings.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. We still don't have a squad ride, and we're going into our rivalry section. And in my opinion, this is going to get really interesting. We're going to start with you, Lou, because I got Colby's other block here, and I already got the answer, and I'm very surprised, and I just need to get this out the chest so I can move off of it. It's the fact that you haven't gotten a Falcons game right on this podcast yet. Right now, you are the hot trend. And I genuinely would love to hear your thoughts.
No.
They lost to the Chiefs.
He took the Chiefs spread.
Lose, however, the Chiefs did not cover.
Yeah,
the Falcons did
Yeah,
cover. No, it was 5.5.
No,
It was
3.
5.5. You guys must have been looking at the Sunday line.
Interesting. I could have sworn it was 3 all the whole time. I don't remember it ever being 5.
I know. I got right here.
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember 5 ever being the number for. I remember the whole week it was. 3. It
Anyway,
might have. And who knows? Maybe it has.
so I was thinking that this was the hottest thing of the year. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Here we go. We still got to hear your take, Lou. You might have finally found your bounce backs. Can you keep it going in this case? Everyone has to find a way to bounce back like I just did. So can the Falcons keep it going?
I think that we beat the Saints at home.
Okay.
We need a bounce back, and this is a perfect game to beat down on old Derek Carr. Kirk's starting to look a little better. I mean, we played the Chiefs really well, and we probably should have won. Questionable pass interference on that end of that last
Questionable.
drive.
I don't know. I don't know if it was just questionable. You can get your thoughts out here, Lou. You got some time to develop your
Kyle
thoughts
Pitts
about
got
the game.
absolutely mauled like
Thank
a
you. There
grizzly
we go.
bear.
This is the content we're
This
looking
is a
for.
point. This is almost a therapy session as well here for sports. No, at the same time, you got to let it
And those
out.
Patrick Mahomes loving refs just
Yeah,
closed their
that's
eyes
it.
on that play, I guess. They just
You got
closed their eyes.
you got to understand. You
From
got
their
Christian
angle,
who played
their
this Chiefs team this year.
from their angle, it didn't look like PI. But what? You've got refs all over the damn field. What do you mean from your angle? You've got every angle. And at
What do
any
you want?
angle, anyone could have seen that Kyle Pitts got mauled. He got absolutely curb stomped by that DB. And they
Yeah.
called it clean.
Welcome
Unreal.
to the new Patriots. It looks like Christian. You like I was saying, you will actually face this team. You can actually be someone to help reconcile this man about
Anyways,
what happened to him.
we're due for a bounce back. That's all I have to say. We look good. I think we can beat the Saints.
Well, the Saints are also due for a bounce back, Will. So that's why I need Christian's thoughts here because I think this game is a little bit more interesting than people think.
I mean, it's really hard to beat the Chiefs and the refs, and it's kind of been really unfolding these last couple of weeks here, and it's like they're not even hiding it anymore.
No,
So quite disappointing. Taking the love out the game to just get dragged around to see this team win every single week. But the Falcons, on the other hand, I will be at this game live. I will be in Atlanta watching this game and some blue blood football right there. Just disgusting deep south. The Falcons are debuting their red helmets, the throwbacks. So that I think that should be taken into consideration. I'm gonna have to root for the home team here. What I can't go into another opponent's root for the other team unless it's my team that I'm rooting for. I'm always gonna be taking the bets for that swayed aside of the home team. I just want to feel the energy that takes in part of my consideration with ratings wise. So give me the Falcons plus 1.5, and I will be taking Bijan anytime touchdown here as well when I'm there live.
have we learned anything? Have we? Have we truly learned anything?
I
What was the
did
final
say
score? Hang on. What was the final score of that Eagles game? I need to see what was the final score of that Eagles game last week. Because if we all are doubting the damn Saints one last time,
15-12.
they somehow find a way to cover. I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Not gonna lie.
They didn't cover.
They did not. Well, are you sure? I thought it was like a last second pull off by the
No,
Eagles.
they were a favorite. Remember, I said this was a trap game of the year because
That's right, they
everyone's
were
going to realize
favorites.
the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they lost. So we got that one covered. Okay. My thing is, they are a risky team, but I can't trust them, folks. I didn't have one of their players in myself on fantasy football. So give me the Saints. I think they're going to cover. I think this is going to be a nail biter here because both teams need the bounce back. I think, who do I trust a little bit more? Hopefully, Alvin Kamara is very ready to go and take that heavy lifting again. As we all know, it's going to get scrappy in the backfield between the receivers. I'm ready to see which receiver and cornerback are going to fight this week for the Atlanta versus New Orleans game. You know it's going to happen. So my vote is maybe Drake London gets to throw it down this weekend. That'll be pretty cool. Drake London throw down the gauntlet against Tyrod Matthew or something. I don't know if there's any beef there, but that'd be interesting. So give me the Saints. I think plus 1.5. I don't trust also the fact that we're all big on the Falcons and the Saints are just being faded again. It just smells disastrous, and I'm gonna just take the disaster. So I respect knowledge though. And as though we wrap up the 1 o'clock slate, the best game of probably the whole entire day, in my opinion, especially if their starting quarterback is just back. This game is probably going to be the best of 1 o'clock in general. Sorry, Lou. Sorry, Christian. It is the Vikings going to Green Bay. However, this game can also stink eggs if it's Malik Willis starting the game. So it can go south very quickly. However, this is going to be a good one, I think, in all honesty, because the Packers are favored by 3. That's right, folks. Kevin O'Connell and Sam Darnold being doubted again. You already know my thoughts on this one. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm continuing my rambling. But more importantly, I think the Vikings will go out here and set the tone straight that we will need to see Jordan Love if he has to play. And if he does play, I think that's the reason why this line's at -3. I think the Vegas is betting that Jordan Love is playing as well. So I feel like for the Packers to win this game, they need Jordan Love. And if they don't, this is an easy moment for me to say, hey, Packers, next time you probably need Jordan Love. So give me the Vikings.
Either Jordan Love, Malik Willis, I don't care. Give me the MVP of the league right now. Give me Sam Darnold to lead the Vikings into Lambeau.
Let's calm down.
Yes.
Let's calm
MVP.
Down. I love it, but let's calm down.
Coach of the year.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
I'm just gloating in that I was right. I was right at the beginning of the season. Sam Darnold was going to come in looking good. He's having the pieces around him. He's looking good. And we're also hint at a possible option for a sneak peek at the Bears too. We do have a revenge game on our hands here with this game. Aaron Jones is back into Lambeau. I don't think I'm talking about. So
no way did Daniel Jones just get a free play.
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, no, free play. No, Daniel Jones. No.
He did free play and wasn't an interception. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So give me Vikings here.
Oh man.
I am also going to take the Vikings.
Look at that.
One of the main reasons is because I just traded for Justin Jefferson in fantasy. So I'd love to watch him ball out and cook Jair Alexander. By the way,
that goes both ways.
The only problem is that Jair does technically have Justin's number.
That goes both ways. I was going to say they have each other's number. It's always split between them. You just have to hope this is the weekend. Yeah, you have to hope this is the weekend that he pulls it off because they are split. So goes either way.
So,
last time Jair won. Yes.
Which means Jetta's due for a big game, and that's what I think is going to happen. The Vikings are going to win. It's going to be glorious, and I'm going to beat James in fantasy and get my first win.
There we go. We're laying some claims here, some bold ones for that matter, because I think me and James are going to share another championship game. All right.
Listen, the season is young. Let's not count me out.
Is it, Will? Is it?
We're 3 games in.
You know, a lot of trust is being put on whoever makes this calendar, right? And I feel like you're starting to be aware of who that might be.
Listen.
That's why all that trust was given. That's why all that trust.
Listen, I'm not concerned yet. Most
people would say it's concerning.
Where is the panic button in the house?
Yeah, I was about to say after
where the house is that button at?
Not pressing the button after losing to me, that's insane, in my opinion.
I'm looking in my closet right now, and it's red and glowing, and it's tempting to walk over and hit it, but we're not there yet. We're not there.
Okay. That's fair.
If I lose this week and I'm 0-4, the panic button's gonna be on my nightstand.
But on the nightstand. Oh God, hey man. And sometimes just make sure there's a bottle of Jack right next to it. That way you have something to ease the tension and everything. I say, oh my God, is Daniel Jones cooking the Cowboys?
Nope.
Nope, they just called that incomplete. No, dude, this is insane. The Giants are making this interesting, folks. That's all I can say. It's great. All right, let's go to the 4 o'clock slide. We got 2 squad rides, which is very concerning and amazing how fast people turn around on the Vikings. It's just, anyways, I wish Colby was here because he was the only one that was against them this year. And having him at under 7.5 as one of his over unders, I can't wait. I might copy this at work and just have that posted around my office. Colby's just over unders and bring a smile to my face, especially if the Giants win today. That'd be awesome. Um, Patriots at San Francisco to start off the 4 o'clock slot. The Patriots are 10-point underdogs going to San Fran. And that's a lot of points that I am going to go ahead and take with the Patriots here. I think that defense will challenge Brock Purdy. Once again, another rough weekend for Brock Purdy and defenses with his weapons struggling. So give me the Patriots. I know San Francisco is going to have a lights out offense probably after losing to the Rams, but I trust the defense here, and I think it's going to make it an interesting one and give Brock Purdy some troubles. Unless, of course, this is one of those kettle games where he drops like multiple touchdowns and gets a hat trick for once every 2 times a season. I think it is. He gets like a bunch of 2 hat trick games. So yeah, give me that. Give me the Patriots, and hoping no hat tricks from George Kittle.
The whole week I was on Patriots 10.5 here. But then I realized everyone's coming back, it looks like this week. So the 49ers might be restocked. It's also a prime bounce back game for them. The Patriots didn't look good against the Jets. It's also another where they could hit their slump now, where they just have repeated just awful looking games here. And it's also at San Francisco. I'm gonna take Niners 10.5 here.
A lot of points. Okay. Fair enough, though. Fair
With
enough.
the Niners, I think they are gonna smoke the Pats. The Patriots are due for a blowout loss. They're not good. The Niners are getting healthy, and they're a unit. I'm not gonna overthink this one.
Again, hold on. That's our highest line of the week, I want to say. 10.5 is the highest line. Okay. Next up, we got the Washington Commanders going to Arizona. The Cards are 3.5 point favorites at home. Uh, Lou, I'll let you take the stand on this one because you are actually one of the people that get to say that, like Christian was saying earlier about Sam Darnold. You were correct about so far about Jane Daniels. It's looking really hot. Everyone's giving you a lot of praise, just as much as everyone should be. Everyone switched their love and attention from one LSQB to the other. How does that feel?
Uh, Jaden Daniels, one of my favorite LSU quarterbacks of all time. He is going to be a stud. He is a stud. He's the number 2 fantasy quarterback. By the way, if anyone wants Patrick Mahomes, he's on the trade block. Jaden Daniels is my starting quarterback from this week moving forward. And yeah, um, I love it. But they're not going to beat the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's going to cook. The Commanders aren't just aren't that great of a team. I know they beat the Bengals, but the Bengals are spiraling into a very bad place right now. Cardinals are in a little bit of a better spot. They're at home. I think they win.
3.5. You think they got it? All right, Cardinals. Question.
Obviously, someone showed why they're the best LSU quarterback in the league. Actually showed up. Jaden Daniels is a future star in this league here. Very good for him. That throw on third down to Scary Terry. Oh boy, that's some big confidence right there. That is welcome to Jaden Daniels coming out party wise, and I mean we called it too last week. We said, hey, a lot of points there. This could be a trap game for the Bengals. Like so, I like what I see out of the commies. this game is electrifying. Like this could be your easiest over of the week, I think. But I think I would have taken whoever was the dog in this game. So give me the commies, 3.5 here.
There we go. Interesting. Automatically a split, and I finally get to do the tiebreaker here. Look, this is a fun game. I think this is going to be a really fun one. Obviously not going to be probably voted as the game of the week, but I think it's right there. It could have been. I think, in my opinion, I'm glad that I went last, and you guys brought up great points. I'm just leaning onto the fact that even though this may be a Cliff Kingsbury revenge game here, and he can just pop the absolute fuck off on the Cardinals with Daniels now. I think it would be enough to keep this game close, but I like the idea of the Cardinals winning. So I don't think they're going to cover 3.5. So I'm going to go with the Commanders here. I think this is going to be a nail biter. I really do like how the Commanders played the Bengals, and they just kept firing. If they can do that against the Cardinals, this game will be really fun. I like the over on this one if that was the case as well here, folks. I think this is, Cristian, do you have that over under number for me real quick?
50.5.
50.5. I think that's very
That's
fair.
our
That's each team putting up only 3 touchdowns. And I only say only with confidence because I think that's what's going to happen.
that's the highest of the week.
Yeah, and it's the highest of the week. So there we go, back-to-back high numbers right here, folks. Yeah, honestly, that would have been if we ever do an over/under segment for just points here on this week, this one would be one of them. I like this game a lot for over. All right, Kansas City at the LA Chargers. The Chargers are 7-point favorites. No half, sorry, just 7 points. I mean, they're not favorites; they're underdogs. Holy hell! I can't read my own handwriting. They are 7-point underdogs at home. That is much more reasonable and probably easier to understand. I want to know, Cristian, what are your thoughts here on the Chiefs and the Chargers here? You had time to acclimate to what happened to you. I already know what Lou might be saying, but what about you?
As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be really difficult to beat the Chiefs and the refs until proven otherwise. I mean, it's been week after week right now. And I understand it's in that Los Angeles. It is going against Harb's first Chiefs game here. I don't think the Chiefs cover though. 7 points is quite a bit. I am very worried, however, of Herbert. He keeps getting hurt right now at the last quarters, and it's just very scary regarding that. So I still lean Chargers +7 here.
I think the Chiefs win the game, but I think the Chargers cover. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think, but the damn Chiefs are just going to keep winning. It's going to piss off the whole country.
You see, this is Harbaugh's first game, and I'm over here thinking that it's going to be hard fought, and this is their first one. And then they not remember the fact that this is Chargers. They're playing at SoFi where no one has home field advantage most of the time. I easily see this getting ran over by Chiefs fans. Easily see this just getting out of hand for the Chargers, honestly. I'm going to be the one to bite the points here. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think they're going to keep this one in down check here. I feel like they're going to look at the Chargers and be like, look, we need a week off, and we saw you on the schedule. We knew you were probably a little challenging as a division rival. We'll deal with the BS for 3 quarters. They're going to lock it down. I feel like they're going to pull this off at the end here, and it's going to explain the line. So, no way, did he cash it for you? And there we go. We got one cash, and we got a couple cash-ins before the first half. This is a good feeling, guys. I'm just saying, second half is going to be prosperous for both of you, I hope. Congratulations. And I really hope that Malik Neighbors scores a touchdown, because then I can actually sound like I actually got one right, even though I have no money on this game. All right. Final game of the 4 o'clock slate. It's going to be oh, wow, that was actually really fast and cool touchdown. I got the Browns going to the Las Vegas Raiders, the grossest game of the day. Probably one that, even though it's a pick'em, it's a Raiders are 1.5 point favorites. It's very gross, so I completely understand. Just give me the Raiders, and I'm ready to move on.
Same. I don't want to talk about this game. Give me some Raiders and the points. I'll just take that. There's nothing worthwhile to talk about this game.
Yeah, really, there isn't. I'm excited to see what Lou says. Lou,
Sorry, I got distracted. Which game are we on?
grossest game of the week. It's going to be
Oh, the Browns game?
Raiders hosting the Browns.
Oh yeah, that game's gross.
-1.5 for the
I
Raiders.
like the Browns, dude. The
Oh,
Raiders
fuck
just
you.
the
No,
Raiders are this is just a disgusting game. So I'm gonna take the points with the team who should theoretically win the game.
that's just disgusting. I was hoping we could at least get a squad ride out of this one, but you know what? I respect it. That is going to be a gross game.
Yeah.
And we can fix that. We're going to be able to fix that because our next game right here, right now, Sunday Night Football, Christian. And that means all eyes on you and your Ravens as you are not depressed. You are here on the podcast because you did beat the Cowboys. I'm going to ask you because we always do this. How do you want this? You want me and Lou to go first, or do you want to take the stand right away?
You guys can go first real quick.
Lou, that means you. Love the fact that you rhyme with that.
All right, what do we got? Ravens.
The Ravens
Sunday.
hosting the Bills, -2.5
I actually like the
for the
Ravens in this
Ravens.
game. The Bills are
Favorite.
due to lose. They are due to lose. It's in Baltimore. It's going to be rowdy. Yeah. This is just one of those games where you're looking at the 3-0 team that's played so well. But then you look at it, I don't know. The Ravens have such a good defense. And on prime time at home, I think the defense is going to step up. Josh Allen's going to throw some of those patented Josh Allen interceptions that he loves to do in big games. And the Ravens will do just enough to get the win and cover the spread. I think they win by a touchdown, though, truthfully. Game
All
winning.
right. There we go. Okay. Um, man, look, that is a great point, Lou, about the fact that the Bills are just on an incredible hot streak. And honestly, it's just that time of year. There's something that I remembered saying. I think, Christian, you also said this when Josh Allen was on the MVP cover of Madden, and there was he is the October MVP. We love Josh Allen when it's right around this time of year. He's incredible. He's insane. He is doing everything. It's right around this time where something sloppy, something pretty rough happens, and we get a good reality check. I think this is the time. I think I'm right there with you guys. I think this is the time. It's not because they're due. It's also because it's just a Ravens team that's going to be, well, they finally got a taste of a win. And I think they're going to try and hold on to that taste and everything. I think they're going to keep it going and get to the 500 mark. They understand the fact that the Steelers actually do have 2 games on them. And just that in general just sounds insane for the AFC North. So give me the Ravens. But I'm excited to see this game. This one is a one that I actually was thinking about getting tickets for, but rent is about to be due. So give me the Ravens.
Okay. I'll start with the Bills first. The Bills, they're a great team. Josh Allen, he's playing great. Monday night, he was delivering the streaming to other receivers. I mean, he had a slight shade of comment to Diggs early in the week that he said it wasn't his dig at Diggs, but we all know. We all know that comment was towards Diggs. So, but yeah, they're playing great, but they do this every year. They do this every year where everyone eats the honey of like the Bills, are having a great game. And they might still have this great game on Sunday night. I'm not deferring that, but people have to remember once we get to the second half of the season, Josh Allen tends to be really stupid at points.
Yeah.
He does dumb things, and he's due
Just
for
does
those
too much.
games. Yeah, he smashes all the buttons together and just starts doing too much. Baltimore, on the other hand, we got a win last week. Great. Got me real back in. Very happy with that. However, there was concerns of everything of we just don't keep the gas on the pedal. And to be fair, We didn't really get too much opportunities because of Zay not catching the onside kick, and Dallas had a long drive after that. And then it just came back where we just had one drive on our own. But Derrick Henry showed up. Derrick Henry, that was the true blood of what Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson can do to you. Oh, no. It's just insane. RPO, Derrick
Right.
Henry, stiff arm. Lamar's running out to the curve. As Tom Brady said, he's fast. So I do
Now,
shout out Tom for the new nickname for Lamar, the Eraser. Never heard anyone have that nickname, so that's an interesting one that Tom was able to give to him. But like I said, I do have the concerns of the fourth quarter comebacks. O-line stepped up. Shout out Pat McCarty and Falale. They listen to us. They listen to the concerns. However, you guys got to do that again and keep doing that every week. But the fourth quarter woes, they do concern me. I'm not going to ignore that. Talking about this game itself, it's going to be a good game. It's the blackout. We have our black jerseys out for this game. We tend to have this game every year of when we get the hot team. The hot team on prime time comes to Baltimore, and Baltimore tends to pull this out. Baltimore is 20-3 in the Harbs era in prime time.
It's amazing.
So
he's must watch.
So I'm very optimistic on that side of things. The smart person in me would take the Bills spread here at +2.5. I mean, it's just you have to take the underdog in this situation, I think, of the spread no matter what. But however, the heart of me, I back Baltimore. I know what we're capable of, and the team is talent all across the board. Rashad Bateman showed what he actually does. He's a great route runner. He is a great one. And he cooked that safety on the end with that dummy leg heading into the middle for that touchdown. Right here, listen to me now. Book Nelson Aguilar anytime touchdown. The guy only scores on primetime Raven football here. He doesn't score on Sundays. He scores on Mondays. He scores on Sunday night. He scores on Thursday night. He's only scored on those days. So give me that if you heard it here first. But give me Baltimore spread. However, I'm hopefully I will be back by like the second quarter game. So hopefully I'm not pissed off by that point. But it is what it is. This game should be a good game.
I think everyone would love to see you watch this game. How long is that drive for
4
Charlotte to
hours.
Atlanta?
4 hours. So I will be leaving the Atlanta game ideally after the game and taking a train back to my friend's place, and probably won't be home until like 9-10 o'clock. So the traffic.
Yeah, we all hope that you get that drive and have a good one and everything. And the game is just electric, honestly. You're getting a rivalry game, so it's going to be fun no matter what, right? But on your side of things, though, this is just a fun one. I love that you brought up that primetime stat because that's what I was thinking to myself as well. Like this just feels like one of those games that we know the Ravens going to show up for. This is just one of those classic games, like you said. So. Glad that we were both on the same page here because I was feeling that exact same reason. Like this is it just feels like even Vegas has that line. It just feels like it's one of those games that
because you would have thought coming out of Monday night with the Bills how they came out against the Jags, you would have thought the Bills would have been favorite. Like that's what I logistically thought would have happened.
The Jags
but
must be that bad.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm optimistic. We'll see how it goes, but I would love for a Baltimore blowout, honestly, and just kind of a punch in the mouth scenario.
Oh, it would put you right back into the AFC contendership if you did.
Yeah.
It would definitely put the Ravens back in. But if the Bills do pull this off, I will say that if the Bills do pull this off, because I feel like that would be the one thing Colby will say is that it's insane that we're all just shoving off the Bills like that. I think that if the Bills do pull this off, it will be insane. And for the first part, that they're 4-0. Once again, they pulled off a big primetime win on the road, back-to-back weeks, prime times. And now we're going to be hearing about the Bills and the Chiefs until the crash course game where they run into each other. It's going to be inevitable. And that's what this game is all about, in my opinion, as well, is that this game is going to be all about who will actually be the team that we all talk about. Will it be the Ravens, how they only lost by a toe? Will we be talking about them for the whole season? Or are we going to be talking about the Bills all season? That's what this game's all about. So I feel like this is a huge storyline game in the making. Lou, any final thoughts? Christian, final thoughts? I know you guys both. I know Christian, you just spoke a lot, but Lou, any final thoughts?
I think it'll be a great game regardless. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. And the reason why we're eating so much time here on the last part of Zoom 2 is because up next, it's a game that probably doesn't deserve as much attention. It's just like our Browns versus the Raiders. And we got the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins to kick off our doubleheader Monday Night Football. The line is 1.5. It's also a pick 'em because no one wants to really talk about it. They just say pick it and get out the way. But I'm just going to hand it to you guys because I have to gather my thoughts still on this pick 'em. So give it to Lou. Lou, what are your thoughts on this game?
It's a disgusting game. It is absolutely disgusting. Um, oh God.
Thompson, Will Levis, you got this.
Will Levis is so bad. And I've thought about who I think is going to win this game for so long. When I was doing my pick'ems earlier today, and I decided that the Dolphins are going to do just enough at home to win. I mean, they still got Tyreek, they still got Jalen Waddle. Skylar Thompson is probably on par with Will Levis, so I'm going to give it to the better overall team.
So,
This game should be on Lifetime TV. Like no one's gonna watch this one. Shoot, ship it off to the Hallmark Channel at this rate. I could give any sense about this game unless Pro Bowl Tyler Snoop Huntley is playing this game. I don't care.
rumors.
I know no one's gonna watch this one. Just give me the Dolphins. I don't know why. It's at home at Miami, I guess. Dolphins defense steps up. That's about it.
Well, you see, folks, as much as I love one of my favorite weirdo quarterbacks to be rooting for to be Skylar Thompson in a primetime spotlight. Levis needs a break, guys. Needs a- He's had probably the worst 3 weeks of football I have seen. He's been memed every single week. And if he gets memed on primetime television, even though no one's probably going to watch the game at that point where he fucks up, they're going to be on the next game because it's way better. But Will Levis, man, God, give him a break. I'm taking the Titans here, guys. I'm going with Will Levis. I mean, he has the weapons. They just he needs a break, man. It's just rough pickings for this guy right now. Hopefully they figure it out. This game is just overall gross. But you know what else is gross? Just the simple fact that we have to do another Zoom. Right, and here we go, Zoom 3. We are at the last game, and then it's time for our infamous wrap-ups. It is now Seattle going to the Detroit Lions. Whereas everyone's calling it Jared Wonka's Ford Factory. He is going to be 3.5 point favorites as they are going to have to find a way to control the undefeated Seattle Seahawks. Woo! You are the NFC fellow. I actually have a friend in the NFC, so you actually pay a little bit more attention to the NFC like I do. What are your thoughts on this game, man? What are your thoughts? These are two probably playoff teams, honestly. These are two playoff teams going at it.
The Seahawks aren't making the playoffs. They're frauds. They've won 3 easy games. They're going to lose to the Lions. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL for the remainder of the season, and they've played the easiest schedule up until this point. I just don't think they have what it takes to be that team, and the Lions are going to expose them. Everyone's going to watch it on national TV because no one's going to be watching that Titans game.
No one will be watching that
That game might get 0 viewers.
No, that would be a game where I would expect Colby to be covering. A game where I can just see them have Colby cover the game. Like that's the reason why we don't see it. That'd be the reason why. But interesting take, Cole. There, Lou. Christian.
Ooh, oh,
This is an interesting one. You're a big McDonald guy.
you guys are gonna see what just happened here shortly if you're on Streamace.
You can't
Money
give
back.
up our location, man.
Money Mac, man. I miss him. I miss him. I say it every week. The guy, he in his post game speeches, he literally uses the same verbiage that freaking Harps uses. So he's literally copy and pasting it. I think the Hawks they cover three. This is gonna field goal game. I think truly. I think Vikings. I mean Lions probably sneak it out then, but 3.5. I'm gonna take the Seahawks, man. Just keep riding the wave here. The probably the surprising most 4-0 team here. Money Mac was laying out everything he has with the defensive scheme here to trick up Jared Goff. I mean, he had Jared Goff in a blender last year in Baltimore. I mean, he absolutely just shut down that red hot Lions team. So give me Money Mac here with the Seahawks.
This is just getting a little bit interesting in my opinion because everyone's got some good points for each side. That's why I said this is going to be an amazing game.
Do we only have one squad ride? How many squad rides do we have?
Only two this week.
Wow.
Maybe it was Colby's fault, and that's my hunch here.
I ruined a lot of squad rides too.
I think too. I think we all came on a good collective agreement, and the two squad rides are actually both 1 o'clock games, and they're both rivalry games. They're going to be the Vikings and the Houston Texans. Who would have thought the Super Bowl preview would have been our squad ride, right? In my opinion. But anyways, I think back to the Seattle versus the Lions. I think it's time for me to give the Seattle Seahawks their flowers here and their credit due. They are 3-0. Lou, you do say that they played not great opponents, which is a great point because guess what? They also played the Patriots. And I'm trying to pull it up right now because I know they played the Patriots. That's one of the games they had. And they played Miami. There we go. They played Miami. And to be quite honest with you, and they played the Broncos. Those are all three of the teams that I would say are pretty rough. And this is a pretty big spotlight game. As much as I would, and this is their spotlight moment. They did what they're supposed to. Can Geno Smith come through on a big time moment? I'm going to stand here and still say no. Give me the Lions. I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions and the points. I think it's just I don't see Geno coming through in the big moment. Okay. It is now time. Actually, for anyone's final wrap-ups, anyone has any thoughts on that last game before we move on? It's time. Or if someone would say, we are due. Cristian. Take us
We
away.
are due. Unfortunately, IU got the burnt end of the stick last week with Jawan Johnson.
Is he officially in the blacklist?
If I put him
all
again
this
on
drama
here,
that he's caused.
If I put him back on here, he will at some point.
All right. I'm going to keep him on the radar.
I have to say this week's Stairs Do is probably my most riskiest Stairs Do of the year so far. So this one's interesting, I will say. I don't know how I overall feel about it, but we'll see. So first one, we're going back to the Houston Texans game with Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans, they need a bounce back game. I think CJ looks at his true number one guy. Give me Nico Collins for anytime touchdown here. He did get put on the injury list today. So hypothetically, if Nico's out, we're substituting Diggs in here. Just a fair warning in case he does somehow magically be out. But he was just limited in practice today. Second one, we're going at I alluded to earlier. We're going to the revenge Dares Do TD here. Aaron Jones is back home in Lambeau. He's going to try to do a Lambeau leap, and the Packer fans are going to have to push him out, and they don't take him anymore. Give me that Aaron Jones Russian TD. And then the last one here is the most spiciest pick out of all three. It's his first touchdown of the season, as well as his first ever career touchdown here. We're going to go down to Charlotte, North Carolina, where you had the Red Rocket, red and hot. We're gonna look at everyone's favorite rookie wide receiver. I would argue, based off a personality standpoint, you can barely understand what he says, but god dang, does that man a character, and he has a kind soul. Give me Xavier Legette to get his first touchdown of the season, riding this red hot Panthers team wild it is. He's at plus 290 straight up. He did put on Debo's podcast what his touchdown celebration would be once he scores a first touchdown. It looked very sexual. I didn't know what he was doing. It was like a short snippet of what it is. He kind of went out of frame. So just be on the lookout for that, for the celebration of what he does for this. But I saw that and I was like, oh, Xavier's getting his first touchdown this week.
Shane
So
is
all
going to
that,
love that they're due.
yeah.
Legette.
So with this, it comes out to 1575 on the odds.
One more time. Sorry, I missed the first one. That was
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. Okay. I got Aaron Jones. I did see the take that he was looking forward to his next Lambeau leap. Xavier Legette, though, I love the spiciness at the end there. That's even with Nico, actually makes it spicy, in my opinion, because CJ Stroud struggling to share the football, in my opinion. He looks at Nico or he looks at Diggs and he looks at him almost the entire time. Tank Dell got some looks last week, sure, but he just hyper focuses on one dude, and it's pretty rough. So kind of like Nico. It gives it a little spiciness kick to it, and he gets a lot of yards. What else can I say? All right. Lou, this is your moment. Last time you missed. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to give you a chance. All right? Week 4, missed it on week 2. Lou, who is due? Come on now. This is your chance. Bounce back time. Every 2 weeks. Come on now. Give you a week to refresh. No pressure.
Who is due? Might you ask? Who is due? Hmm. Let me just take a gander really fast.
You got a lot of players to choose from. That's totally fine. Go ahead. Take your time.
All right. Here's a cheeky one. George Pickens is due for his first touchdown of the season, and no better team to do it against than the sorry-ass Colts.
Okay.
Mr. Pickens is due for a breakout game, and he's scoring.
All right, there we go. That's all we need. Let's see if Lou, you can get back in the win column after a week off and everything. We gave you a rest. Now let's see if you can get a bounce back here. No pressure, even though all the pressure was applied. All right, time for the locks. As everyone heard at the beginning, Colby is not here, but we do have his picks. Are you guys ready for the damage? Because like Lou did to us, it is time for it to come back around for these next couple of weeks. Colby went with the Broncos. Plus, what was that? Plus 7.5? Yes, he won
Broncos is a
Broncos.
lock. Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's a lock. That's crazy. But hey, to each their own. Colby also went with Atlanta, minus 1.5.
Damn it.
He took Atlanta.
Yes, he did. He took Atlanta. Once you cleared the curse, it seems like he went right at it. And last but not least, he's going to stick with the Steelers being road favorites. So we got the Steelers minus 1.5. And now to the real show, as I write these down and keep track. And now on to the real scene here. It's going to be Lou, who is in first place. Cristian, you're going to go second because you did take it away from me. You tied me up. That means you have the advantage. Simple as that. That's how these standings work. I think that's what, race car. I think that's what they do. They do that in race car. If you actually come back, you actually get the chance to get. Anyways, let's go ahead. Lou, take us away. What's your first lock?
My first lock is going to be the Texans at minus 6.
Damn it. God dang it.
A little bit of flack there, it seems. What do you got, Cristian? Next on deck.
Next on deck, gimme the Vikings +3.
Okay, fuck you. That's been a consistent hit for me. Uh, I guess this is how we're doing it to this week, huh? This is we're just going at each other. Just Colby taking everyone's teams, and then you're gonna take my team. All right, cool. I will go with. Geez, put money where my mouth is. I did not want to put the Broncos. Good thing Colby took the Broncos. Godly, I was in a corner. Give me the Bucks +1.5. And then, God, first time in last place. This really sucks. Oh, wait, I have Kansas City. Give me Kansas 7.5. What am I saying? I'll take Kansas City. It's a risky one, but I'll take them. Back to you.
Give me the Niners -10.5.
Big line. He's going back to his old roots here.
Give me the Rams +3.
Rams, okay. And you got the snake there, Lou. You can wrap up your last one.
Oh, I got another one.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions -3.5.
Lions.
Give me.
Dude, this
Like,
week's tough.
do I go nasty or do I go with my heart? I'm going nasty to make it spicy. Give me the Dolphins -1.5.
That is gross.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, why did I do
I
that
love
one?
it.
All right. The Dolphins. Sorry, folks. I was a little preoccupied there. I was wrapping up one of my favorite segments. I'm going to go with. Look, man, you want to talk gross? Oh, let me double down with you here. I'll take the Raiders to be the 1.5 point favorite against the Browns. I'll take the Raiders at home. I'll take going a little AFC West action here on my side. All right, one more time for everybody. We got with the Texans -6.5, the Rams no, +3. Sorry, he's got the Rams +3. That's a nice one you stole from us. And the Lions. He has the Lions -3.5. Christian has the Vikings as they are +3. The 49ers, they are. I see, I don't have this as organized as Colby. That's the only downside of this. Golly. I'm a train wreck. -10.5, going back to his old roots, like I was saying. And then he has the Dolphins -1.5. I have the Bucks, my +1.5, Kansas City -7, and the Raiders -1.5. Colby has the Broncos +7.5, Atlanta -1.5, and Steelers -1.5. All right. And now, time for the upsets as I take a quick gander at what we had last week. Lou, you had the Eagles. That did not pan out for you. Oh, wait, no, that did work for you, actually. Congratulations. You are still undefeated on your upsets. You're cooking right now. Colby went with the Falcons. He is no longer undefeated. Christian with the Bears. Did the Bears? No, they fell short, I'm pretty sure, right? Bears fell short of their cover 1.5.
I don't remember.
No, either. I don't think they covered that actually. And then you got the Chargers. I'm pretty sure they did not. I think they got their brakes broken by the Steelers near the end there, or at least did not cover again 1.5. So, Lou, you're still on the hot streak for the upsets. What do you got?
This is a tough one. Let's see. I've been browsing. Um, my upset pick of the week. Give me the Rams outright to win that game.
Uh, Christian, what do you got?
Oh, I think I know we know where the pick is going for this for the let me get the Super P's of the Super Carolina Panthers to upset the Bengals.
Beautiful. Honestly, that's just poetic justice right there. And last but not least, it's going to be me. My favorite upset of the week. I'll just ride the hot hand. It's got me into second place now. Give me the Vikings. Godly. I mean, if I can't have them as a lock, I'll damn straight have them as an upset. So give me the Vikings against the Packers. They are up underdogs against by 3 points. Now, not time for America's final segment. It's actually time for me to take on the challenge of everyone else's favorite thing to do on national television, every big name podcast you have. It's time for me to make my power rankings. And I don't have Colby here to help keep me in line. Instead, I got you two. And I'm doing this live, just like I always do. I have them just now preemptively made, and I'm pretty confident on this one. Are you guys ready?
You're
All right, here we go. Number 10. There we go for the power rankings. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen here, guys. I really think the Pittsburgh
all right.
Steelers are going to be, I think, a solid option here in the power rankings. Undefeated, they have accomplished every task that you've thrown at them, technically. And Justin Fields, check down artist. I mean, what else can you ask? As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, Tomlin will be happy. That's all I can really say. At number 9, I got the Seattle Seahawks. Like Lou was mentioning earlier, they have not ran into too much of a trouble on their schedule. It will be interesting to see what they do this upcoming week. If they can pull that off, obviously, I would give them more attention going forward if they can pull off these bigger wins. And number 8, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this might be a little too low for the Eagles, but I like putting them in this spot. The only thing is they lost to Kirk Cousins on the primetime game. That's very rare. You're not supposed to really let that happen if you're an Eagles thing. So you got to be careful, Sirianni. So I'm putting you at 8. I trust the consistency of the brand of football they play. Only downside to that is putting the Eagles at 8. Don't get a chance to put in the Bucks here on any of these lines. So hoping that, depending on that outcome of the game, they can join this list. All right, thoughts before I move on to the next 3.
No, I'm surprised the Eagles made the list, honestly. I thought you would have kept the Eagles outside the top 10.
Yeah. I have to give them their credit. It was a tough loss to the Falcons, but if Saquon would catch one ball, I mean, it would be a completely different story.
I know. And we'd be 0-3.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on to number 7. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers. I think putting them here at the 7 spot makes complete sense. They're winning football games with Malik Willis. It's a good football team, period. Number 6. Going with the New York Jets spot. I think this is where I can at least start investing into a bit of hype for the New York Jets. I know I was a little bit against them, but this is my moment where I can at least put a little investment into it. I think they're still a solid football team. Are they a top 5 team? Not quite. Just because of the teams that I have above them, I think they're going to be able to run into a little bit of a snag. Like against number 5. The Detroit Lions. If you ask me, well, who would win that game? I would probably say pretty soundly the Detroit Lions would beat the Jets. I think they match up pretty well, and the Lions matched the number 5 spot perfectly, even though they had one slip up. Still a great team, still show a lot of strength, still a couple flaws. If you can find them, there you go. And people attack them, but sure. I mean, you just lost to Baker on a hot day. So in my opinion, you're still a good team. You took on the Cardinals in a tough spot. It's hard to win in Arizona, they say. Going to number 4, the Houston Texans. Gotta put them here at the number 4 spot. I mean, you just lost to a really, really tough team. It's pretty hard, honestly, to lose to a team like that. And the Texans, they're still a good team. This is me also putting a little investment in them and just taking over the AFC South. Thoughts?
Yeah,
Green Bay
that was pretty
7,
solid.
Jets 6.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
That's it. I thought that was really solid.
Hmm. But wait, there's still three more. As we reach our top three, I would like for everyone to know that if the Vikings do pull this off, they might not be in the top three no more. Just saying. Might just be number one. It's going to be a fun time. Give me at number three, the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to put the Bills at three here. I know, once again, another team that I just recently said they're going to probably get put in check here by the Ravens, but we do our power rankings here every three games played. By the time we probably see them again, they're going to be 5-1 most likely. I think that's what's probably going to happen. I think they're going to lose, they're going to bounce back, and then we're going to act like nothing happened. So, but they're going to be, again, the name behind whoever wins that game. Number two, this is where I have to put the Vikings. Okay, I'm not going to go out and beyond. I'm going to put the Vikings at number two here. They're the number one team in the NFC right now. Kevin O'Connell. I mean, just look at him. He's just amazing. He's just so happy. He's doing a great job. For those of you at home, you don't see this, but I actually have just an amazing backdrop of Kevin O'Connell right now, and it's just breathtaking. But in at number one, I got the Chiefs. Now, that's just the obvious choice, the obvious answer. And I see the shaking of the heads. I think there's complete agreements there. Looks like without Colby over here interjecting, I actually did pretty good. So, yeah, take them apples, Colby. And for love, though. Out of love. Time to wrap this puppy up, boys. Good stuff and everything. It's time for our final thoughts, America's favorite final segment. Lou, take us away, man.
This MLB playoff race is electric. I'm just
What are
looking
you
at the
looking at right
Royals.
now? Because then your
I'm looking
Phillies
at
already
the
take.
Royals and the Tigers rattling off wins over and over just to stay neck and neck with each other. The Tigers are about to make the playoffs. The Mets and the Braves have a double header coming up on Monday, probably to decide who makes it and who doesn't. Like, what is this madness? Anyways, the Phillies won their division for the first time since like in over 10 years. So I just want to shout that out. Little nervous because we get the bye this year. So I don't know if we'll play bad because we have all that time off or if that's not a big factor. But if we get first rounded, I will be pretty upset to say the
Pretty
least.
disappointing, yeah. You and the Dodgers, you
I
guys
would
would
at
have
least
something in common.
I would like to make it back to the NLCS ideally.
I think that's as far as you guys go too. I think that's where you'll find your hiccups is going to be the NLCS as well. I see you guys doing pretty well through the playoffs. I mean, it's Harper. You know me. I'm a big Harper fan. I'm not going to stop and stop. I'm never going to stop loving Harper. So I definitely. My thing is, hopefully, you guys can get over that. Got to
Yeah, we
finally
just need
break
to beat
that.
the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting take. And speaking of, you actually mentioned a very interesting one. I think Cristian can go and elaborate a little bit more into his final thoughts. Cristian, if you need to, let me know.
Final thoughts. I'm heading to Atlanta this weekend, as I mentioned earlier. I will be going to Truist Park to see the Braves and the Royals. So that should
Look
be
at that.
very interesting to see how that goes. I hope my buddy bought the tickets today because I'm sure those prices are about to go up considering the hurricane is going to be over Atlanta tomorrow. So I'm sure that game probably gets postponed to the crazy scheduling that's going on now in Monday for the Mets, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the Braves who have to play a game on the Monday. And hypothetically, they could be in the playoffs playing on the Tuesday with the crazy schedule. But I will be taking Braves money line on Saturday. If anyone has any ideal picks for home run, I am all open ears for anyone that they're kind of feeling on Saturday. But then Sunday, I'll be traveling down to downtown Atlanta to go to Mercedes-Benz to go see the Falcons and the Saints. Bijan touchdown is my part that I'm going to be taking there. Always just gotta love in-person bets. They make it so much electric when you're cashing it and everyone else is like, oh, what is this guy rooting for? It's especially interesting when you bet the over in those games and you're kind of rooting for both teams. It's just like conflict of interest. So very exciting. The O's clinched the playoff spot the other day, so that was a nice reliever. Just got to get hot in the name of baseball. So excited for October here to come out from playoff baseball.
Yes, sir.
Bijan
O's
Bijan
baseball is going to be
limited
awesome in
in
the
practice.
playoffs.
What you say, Lou?
What's
I
that,
said
Lou?
Bijan has a shoulder injury.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Tyler
All
Algier
right,
time, baby.
Tyler Algier, anytime
Algier.
touchdown.
He's
Tyler
questionable.
Algier time is what I'm hearing. That sounds like
Bijan
the perfect answer too to the Falcons' problems, if you ask me.
Bijan will probably play though.
Nope, just give it to Tyler Algier. I think I think that's a fantasy hot wire pickup right there as well. But now that you just dropped that, and I don't even have my phone with me, I can definitely see that notification going to what's it called Beats by Ray for sure.
I don't
Uh,
have anyone I could drop, even if I wanted to pick him up. I was gonna drop Austin
it's okay. You don't have to drop anybody, Lou. It's going right to me right now. I mean, and you don't
or
have to worry about it.
or Mark Andrews.
You can have Gus Edwards. How about that? There you go.
I don't know what to do with Mark Andrews, bro. This is a terrible position.
It's okay. It's okay because I literally just picked him up right now. Okay.
Mark Mark Andrews.
Oh, not Mark
Yeah,
Andrews. I definitely just picked up
Algier.
Tyler Algier the moment you just said Bijan's a little banged up. So thank you, sir, for the news. I love that. For my final thoughts are one, again, thank you, Lou. Two, I actually got two other final thoughts here that are legit. And the one of them is, folks, the WNBA season for many people is finally over. Caitlin Clark is eliminated from the playoffs in the two-game sweep from the Connecticut Sun. And what can I say? What a ride it was for her first rookie year. She's been amazing. She was fun to watch, fun to see all the people criticize what she's done and how she's taken over the WNBA. It's been pretty cool. So I would give her some credit on that. I wanted to just spotlight that because I fear and know that a lot of people are not going to watch WNBA anymore, and they're not going to pretty much care anymore because Caitlin Clark's not playing. But we got Paige Buchers coming back, and it's going to be electric when Paige is playing. I think that's going to be the next big thing. It's going to be watching Paige and Caitlin Clark. That's going to be the next big game. And we can finally move off of this whole Angel Reese rivalry because I don't think it's much of a rivalry personally, even though she has good stats. We'll leave it at that in certain categories. And we'll leave it at that. But my second final thought, a little more bittersweet, Charlie Blackmon, man, going back to baseball, finally retiring, and he's staying as a Rocky. It's very bittersweet, man. That one's like it was coming, and then he did it so right too, because he did it on the last week of the season. He didn't put it in at the beginning where he had this whole parade, and what really is there the parade really when you're on the Rockies? So I'm glad he did it. He announced it right when Arianato was there as well. So when he did his press conference, Arianato got to attend it. It was really dope. So it's cool to see. Hopefully the Rockies can get some more some guys like that just stick around. I don't think that's going to happen. If it's Brent Doyle, the guy that we all saw steal a base in life and saved my FanDuel account, then yeah, let it be him. But right now, that's a little bittersweet. But on a more positive note, Vikings are 3-0, and I hope they got next time we speak, they're going to be 4-0 because, in my opinion, that'll be some pretty good stuff, right, guys? That was pretty good stuff, right?